after I got out of school, I went to work for Uniroyal and Mobile, and I was doing pretty good with the company.
Right.
So I got ready. I knew I was going to change careers, and I didn't want Mobile to know it.
Right.
So I said, I need to get a master's degree. And so when I got ready to go to this school, they said, we need to see your undergrad grades. And I said,
no, you don't want those.
What do undergrad grades have to do with that? I said, I'm like a mobile honcho now.
Right.
I passed the CPA exam, and people can't do that.
Right. Why you asked me about 40 years ago?
That's exactly what I said. And he said, well, we just have to have them. So when he saw him, he said, there's nothing in these grades that suggests you can do graduate school work.
Wow.
I said, well, I know that you guys have exceptions that you could give. So you just give me one of those exceptions, and then when I get my second C, kick me out.
Right.
So he agreed. That's what he did. So I was on probation going into grad school. So I ended up getting like 3.7, 3.8 in grad school.
Right.
So, and I had passed the CPA. So then, here we are, 10 years later, I'm deciding to get a PhD in accounting. So I go over to George Washington, and I'm talking to the dean, and he says, well, we'll have to see your academic record.
Right.
So when he saw the undergrad grades, he said, there's not much in here that suggests you can do PhD work.
Here we go again.
I said, wait a minute, I have a master's degree with a 3.7, 3.8.
Right.
I passed the CPA exam. I'm one of the highest ranking black guys in the whole company.
Right.
What do you mean that I can't do PhD work? He said, well, there's nothing in these grades that suggests that you can.
That's crazy.
So I said, well, I think I can. And I think this going back looking what I did 30 years ago is ridiculous.
Right.
So he was looking at my papers. He said, hey, I see you play Scrabble. I said, yep, and I'm damn good at it too. So he said, well, we have a professor here who is really good at Scrabble. I said, my mother has a GED. He probably can't even beat my mother. And the dean looked at me and he said, you're quite sure of that? I said, yeah, because his vocabulary wouldn't be big enough.
Right.
So then the dean says, I don't know what you mean. I said, well, I would put a word down like Texas, Texas, and your professor would run to the dictionary and say, no,
challenge it.
No, proper noun. And he would open the dictionary up, and there would be top of a 3-masted schooner, area above the captain's quarter. So he just loses turn, and I just keep putting words like that down, and I would beat him I'd give him 100 points and beat him any game. So the dean said, looked at me and says, I'm quite a sailing enthusiast. I would have thought that if Texas was a word, I would know it. Excuse me. So he got up and got his dictionary, opened it up and looked in it, and there it was. So all of a sudden, things changed.
Yeah, right.
He wrote the letter to get me into a PhD program.
Right.
So my degree is a Doctor of Philosophy in Accounting.
Philosophy?
Yeah, yeah, I know. I can't explain that.
Right.
But anyway, I had to take some philosophy courses. So guess who's teaching philosophy?
The Scrabble player guy.
The Scrabble player guy.
So the plot thickens.
Right. So we're in the room and we're sitting around in circles. We're talking about all the great philosophers like Popper, where he said his theory was you can't prove anything, you can just disprove things. Right. Like one time truth was the sun revolving around the earth until it was disproven, and that the earth was flat until it was disproven. So all you can do is disprove things, you can't prove things.
Right.
I'm thinking, hey, that's some pretty interesting stuff.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm saying, really? This what I'm in?
Yeah. Right.
So one day I said to him, I said, hey, doctor, I can forget his name now. I said, the dean was, I said, I'm going to use a street expression. The dean was selling your tapes. Because I got that from you guys.
Right.
He said, selling my tapes. He said, I don't know what that means. I said, how about this one? The dean was puffing you up. He said, what does that mean? I said, well, those are street expressions.
Right.
The dean was saying how good you were at Scrabble. And I told the dean that I didn't think you were that good. This is like the class is sitting there.
Right.
Like, whoa.
Hey.
He said, do you play Scrabble? I said, yeah, I play. He said, well, I have it on my computer at home. He said, and I play it on 5, and I win about half the time. He said, you have? I said, yeah, I have that game. He said, do you play it? I said, yeah. He said, what do you play it on? I said, Expert 10. and I win about 60 to 70% of the time. He said, well, maybe we should get together and play.
Right.
I said, certainly we should.
Sure.
So we started meeting on a Wednesday, and we would play Scrabble. Well, by the time I was up like 9-0, I said to him, why don't we just play for fun? Like, in other words, I won't challenge any words you put down. We can look it up in the dictionary.
Right.
And I won't put down any of those words that you wouldn't know.
Right.
And we'll play. I said, I'll play you like I play my mother. So we would meet on Wednesday and play Scrabble. And so one day, I'm walking down the hall, and his assistant says, hey, I heard that Dr. Whatever his name, beat you the other day. I said, where'd you hear that from? She said, I heard him telling his girlfriend.
Wow.
I said, but did he also tell his girlfriend that I let him use the dictionary? I don't challenge words, and if it's a bad word, I'll let him pick it up and not lose his turn. I said, did he tell her all that? She says, well, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, of course.
So I go in, and this guy is the coordinator of the PhD program too. So I go in to see him. I said, there's a rumor that you went and told your girlfriend that you beat me in Scrabble. He said, I did.
Wow.
I said, but
come on, man.
Said, how can you claim a win when I'm letting you use the dictionary?
I'm playing on one arm.
Right. I said, I'm playing you like I play my mom. And so you get one in, and you're going to call your girlfriend and tell her? I said, well, I know it's going to take me like 4 years to get out of this program, but you're not going to win again until you give me an apology. And I hear you call your girlfriend up and say, I should never have told you that because he has not let me win the game since.
Right.
I said, he said, well, I'm not going to do that. I said, well, then you're not going to win another game. So anyway.